I saw a video the other night about how a thief might use a wire hanger to come in through your garage door, snag the emergency cord release, pull it, and gain access to your house. I came out initially to poo-poo this idea, but as I looked things over, it is conceivably possible. Not something that's going on in my area, but conceivably possible. So I thought I would first talk about how this emergency release works and what its purpose is, and secondly, describe a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to prevent people from getting into your garage that I, in fact, have used repeatedly as a remodeler. Ready? Let's get started. The function of the emergency release, whether it's used by you or a thief, is to detach the garage door from the opener in case the garage door opener breaks. Once that's done, you're able to roll the garage door up without problem. When the garage door is repaired, you push it back to resume normal operation. Sometimes it takes a cycle for the garage door opener to catch back on the garage door, but it will work. I've used these emergency openers at least half a dozen times, both on my own garage door and helping out neighbors in the early morning. Usually they break when you're on your way to work or you're late for work. And a lot of people don't know how these work, so it's good to understand that. One of the simplest things you can do to reduce the chance of a thief accessing this is to cut the cord. Of course, you should understand that that cord is for emergency release purposes. If there was a chance that somebody would need to get out of the garage in an emergency and doesn't have other exits, you might want to be sure to leave it there or to carefully evaluate if that is the right thing to do. For me, I've got other exits from the garage. I'm not very worried. One little extra tip, if your garage door is broken, you can lift this door by yourself without a problem. If one of your assist springs has broken, your garage door will fail to open the very heavy door. But if you use both the garage door and your personal strength, you can usually open it in an emergency to get to work and repair it when you get home. The quick, easy, and cheap way to stop your garage door from being opened that I'm going to suggest is to drill through your garage door rail, insert a nail, and that will stop the garage door from opening whatsoever. You could do this at a lower point. It would be easier and more direct, but I'm thinking that the force of gravity will help hold this nail in place in case somebody is jiggling the heck out of that garage door from outside. In estimating the size of the drill bit you need, one of these guides on this old drill case is useful. I'm going to use this nail, and it looks like a 9/64 would give just the right fit. Always be sure to wear safety glasses when you're drilling, especially when flakes of metal might be flying. I've probably been a little bit negligent on safety equipment over the years, and I've paid a price for that. Don't be like me, be smart. Use safety equipment. This rounded portion of the rail is going to be difficult to get a drill bit into. Coming in on this rounded rail was a little bit difficult, but we're through. Metal is not impossible to work with. And we're through. The nail then just drops through the two holes. And that door is not going anywhere. Repeat it on the other side, and you have a door that will never roll open without your consent. And if you're like me, a little bit obsessive, and you have a rat tail file or other file, you might want to clean up those drill holes a little bit, just so they don't affect the function of the rollers. But after all is said and done, I'm not all that concerned about this garage door security. I've lived here for years and I never did the drill through for the nail. I may just use it if I go away for a week or two, but probably not if I go away for a day or two. And that is because if somebody really wants to get into your house, it is highly unlikely they're going to elect to come through the garage. it is highly more likely that they're going to kick in your front door or pry open your back patio door or a window, especially one that's away from the street. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about some ways that you can decrease the likelihood of that. Finally, the only garage door break-in I'm aware of in my neighborhood, and I live in a fairly high crime place, is where somebody drove a car into the garage door, collapsing it. And none of these precautions, not the nails, not removing the emergency pull, would stop that. There's this kind of sad but ironic truth. There's an old joke that says, if you're out hiking with your friends and you meet a grizzly bear, you don't need to run faster than the grizzly bear, you just need to run faster than your friends. In the same vein, when a burglar selects a home to burglarize, you don't have to have an impenetrable fortress. You just have to have a house that looks less friendly to burglarize than those of your neighbors. To be honest, I only use the nail in the rail technique when I go into a house I'm remodeling with a broken garage door opener, a broken garage door, a lack of locks entirely, or some other situation where it's necessary to secure it. I really have never felt pressed to use it in my own home. However, in a changing world with more crime and more concern, it is probably best to be safe. So instead of focusing a whole lot of energy on the garage, unless you have expensive tools, expensive cars, expensive motorcycles inside, I think it's probably better to focus on the common sense ways to avoid burglary. Having good outdoor lighting, having your house kept neat and looking occupied, letting your neighbors know when you're away, and using interior lights when you're away to give the appearance of somebody being home. And we'll cover some more of that in an upcoming video. I hope this is useful to you, and thank you for watching.